such thing.
It's called Lampire. It's my art studio. So it's more of an art studio than it is a store. But it's all my artwork. I just wanted to make pretty paintings since I was a kid. So that's how this happens. 20 years later. Basically, I went to Amberlin. I said I do these big window displays, so if you have any big windows, you know, anything open, I would love to use it. Because it's difficult to get people to let you use retail space to do that because you don't have any money, you know? It's like, I don't have any money to give them. It's not like I want to rent the space. I just want to use it to put art in it and fill it up. The city's full of empty spaces. It's impossible to let anybody give it to you. You know, you call them up, you're like, hey, I'm this artist. I'd really love to do this piece in your window that's been sitting there for 10 years doing absolutely nothing. And then they're just like, oh, really? Click, got any money? Oh, I'll see you later. No money. Basically, this was the last spot that they wanted to use, so I made a deal with them to use it for a few months as my art studio. Like out here are, you know, all this stuff out here is totally skatable. You could skate all this stuff, even though it's not meant to be. They just want you to sit on it or something. But you can use it for other stuff. And as far as like visual art's concerned, I think it's the same thing. I mean, everybody needs art on their shirt. Everybody needs art on their skateboards. I mean, skateboarding would be boring without it. I mean, what would you have? You would have nothing. You'd have a blank skateboard. That's not very exciting. Who wants that? I started the duck paintings probably in 2000. Those are some of the original duck paintings, those smaller pieces down there. And I just wanted something yellow to paint. You could think of it as like, I could paint circles or squares. They could be yellow, but it's more interesting if it's a duck, because it gives you something that you can identify with. But this is a project too that wouldn't have happened if I didn't have the studio making the t-shirts. I wanted to make these shirts for a while now. And actually buy nice shirts, nice 100% cotton shirts, and discharge print them. But it's a process of basically just dyeing the shirt out. It smells really bad when you use it, but it's worth it. Well, I was just looking to create something that was really generic that a 5-year-old would like. That's basically what that's about. And I could make it as big or as small as I wanted it to be. So say the window displays that I've done in the past, the panda art would work really well with that because it's very simple, and it's very generic, and it's somewhat safe. You could put it out in public and nobody's really going to complain about it. You know, I mean, they're very computer generated. Unlike the paintings, you know, it's kind of the opposite idea. I mean, I've always wanted to work with newer technologies to make art, you know, working with computer-generated graphics, making them huge. You can make them any size you want, vector art. It's great. You could wrap a building in it. You could pull a Cristo and wrap a whole building, which would be great. I'd love to see Panda Bear 80 feet tall in New York City one day. That would be great. But like I said, it's so generic and so non-aggressive as you know, a graphic, that if you don't like it, you're just a creep or something. You know, I mean, if you don't like that, you're a creep. How could you not like that? You know, any 5-year-old would like it. So that's really what I was trying to do with that. I mean, any 5-year-old likes the ducky paintings too, but they're a little more involved. Everybody thinks skateboarding is so huge because it's all over the media and blah, 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 and it has been co-opted probably for the second or third time in its history, because we're only talking about 30 years here, maybe 40 years of skateboard history. But in the end, the community is only so big. Yeah, there's a lot of kids who ride skateboards, but when it comes down to once you start hitting your 20 to 25-year-olds, you know, people start to drop off. Skateboarding is dangerous. You get hurt severely, and you just can't skate anymore. So now, I mean, I skate with the same guys I was skating with back in 1990. It's the same 10 people, you know? Maybe some new people, and maybe some old people fall off, because everybody falls off, because eventually you just get too old to do it. But the community is so small that you can't really like sell it out to those corporations and have people like me or my friends buy it, because we're just not going to buy it, because it's crap. That and in skateboarding, you can't make crap. You can't make a pair of crappy shoes. You can't make a crappy skateboard, because people won't buy it. You have to make quality. I mean, I like my skateboards made in America. I like my trucks made in America. And I like my wheels. And that's the way it's always been.